Hey guys, it's Big Nick here, and I'm here to give you my Royal Rumble 2018 review and, in one video, my NXT Takeover Philadelphia review. Okay, I am filming this all on the Monday before. I'm filming this on the Monday before. I said before? The Monday after. So this is the Monday following the Rumble and Takeover. So, let's just get into it. So I'm going to start off with NXT Takeover, then go right into the Rumble stuff. So first off, we're going to start off with NXT TakeOver. We're going to start off with the first match of the night, and that was the Authors of Pain challenging Undisputed Era's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, Red Dragon, for the NXT Tag Titles. It was a fun beginning match. Pretty much they had Red Dragon take out one of the Authors of Pain. I forget which one it was, leg. So the match was pretty much built around the Author getting over that leg and Undisputed Era like dominating, you winning because of that leg. So the Authors of Pain were going up for their finish. Pretty much nothing really of note happened during the match. It was just a fun like little wrestling match. But toward the end, where am I? Oh yeah, and then they're going for the Super Collider, their finisher. One of the Authors fell down. The Author who had the bad wheel fell down. And I believe it was Bobby Fish was able to roll him over for the pin, and the Undisputed Era walks away still tag champs. No, they weren't. So that's one prediction right for me. For NXT TakeOver, I believe I went 4 for 4 in my predictions because one of the matches had not been announced at the time of my filming of the predictions video. So I did go 4 for 4. Yeah, that is NXT. That is still NXT Tag Teams. Oh, Fish and O'Reilly. Oh, Fish and O'Reilly. God, stop. Next up we have is the Velveteen Dream versus Cassius Ohno. Beforehand on the pre-show, the Velveteen Dream had promised that he was going to knock out Cassius Ohno within 30 seconds. And they had this feel like they were treating it like a boxing match because it's Philly, Rocky. But so the match starts and the crowd starts counting 1, 2 to up to 30, and then Dream did punch the hell out of Ohno, but then Ohno got up and he went insane on one. He went in one of his insane hit the hell out of you mode, and he did knock that Velveteen Dream from it. The match, in general, the match was a decently solid match. Velveteen Dream is kind of growing on me because I kind of figured I enjoyed what he did with Aleister Black. I think it was going to be a bit hard for him to kind of top his performance with Aleister Black and in the rivalry and stuff, but his gimmick has won the marks over. I mean, I'm a mark myself, but he's slowly kind of growing on me. Match was solid. He did win the match with his elbow drop after getting the hell knocked out of him from Cassius Ohno, because that's all Ohno does is knock the hell out of you. He won it with his elbow off the top rope. Ohno was a bit further, so he did kind of show his athleticism. Let's say he jumped from this side of the ring. Ohno was about maybe not middle, but this away, closer to the opposite diagonal corner. Kind of like something they would usually do with RVD when he's doing the 5-star. He has to jump all the way across the ring to hit it. So yeah, that was a solid match. I enjoyed it. Velveteen Dream got the win, obviously. Next up we have is the second championship match, and that is Shayna Baszler challenging Ember Moon. Now this match was pretty different. It was not a great match. Not usually. It was a good match. It was nice to watch, but it was kind of a physical, psychological play and injury match. Ember Moon got injured during the match. Shayna Baszler stomped on her arm. It was like this, and she stomped on the elbow. Ember Moon's selling was phenomenal throughout the match. She really sold the arm, especially when she jumps off especially when she hits her the Eclipse, and she hops all over the ring because she did it with one arm and injured the arm in the process. Going for a damn stunners type move. Injured it. She did get the win because afterwards she couldn't get the pin. Doctors were trying to check her arm, saying she stopped because I think they said something with her. I think they said like an elbow issue. So Shayna did work on the elbow pretty much the entirety of that match after she got it stomped on. But then Shayna kept going for an armbar submission. Ember kept fighting it. Then she got locked in it. Then we had like the reminiscent of the WrestleMania 20 with the rollout into where you would try to roll it into a pinfall when Triple H tried to roll Benoit out of the crossface, but Benoit held in. That happened to Ember a couple times. And then she finally did roll up Shayna and catch her for the 1, 2, 3. She retained. And then Shayna attacked and choked Ember the hell out. So Ember did win, but Shayna's still around, and she may be coming. She may be the next NXT champ. Women's. Next up we have was match of the night up to that point, and that is the Extreme Rules match between Aleister Black and Adam Cole. Baby! This match was really fun. It was very violent. Gave Philadelphia what they needed, what they wanted, an ECW style match. I'm over here messing up all my words. Style match. We had ladders, tables, chairs, trash cans. So one of the big first spots of the night is I think Adam Cole's trying to put Aleister Black. One of the big first spots of the match is Aleister Black's going for like his moonsault off the second rope. Adam Cole catches him with a kendo stick in the ribs. That one looked very painful. Next up was Adam Cole was trying to do something to Aleister Black with the table that he had set up on the outside, but then Aleister Black grabbed him and threw him into the trash can. Then Adam Cole, I don't know what he cut his hand on. I don't remember seeing him cut it on something. I think it was the trash can. Adam Cole's hand was just bleeding bad. His right hand was just bleeding bad. What else? Then we had ladder spot. Aleister Black had thrown what's his name? Adam Cole onto the ladder. That looked painful, especially the way Adam Cole sold it, laying on his head. Adam Cole. Then we had table spot where Adam Cole knocked Aleister Black off the ladder off the ring ropes onto two tables. And during the match, Aleister Black. Then we had two tables, two chairs that stood up in like, let me get this, like this position in the middle ring, like back to back like this, and then Aleister Black did a Death Valley driver. You saw Cole's spine bend on the two chairs that's definitely one of the painful spots I've seen in a very long time. Next up we have is during the match, I believe Aleister Black's going for a pin. Then Undisputed Era gets involved. They're beating the hell out of Black, so they're gonna end up putting him through the announce table. Sanity gets involved, attacking them. Killian Dane does a suicide dive onto all members of them. Killian Dane is frightening. Then while Aleister Black is still chilling by the table because he got saved by Sanity, Adam Cole goes after him, and then Adam Cole R.I.P. Aleister Black did a foot stomp through the his knees to the face through the announce table. Goes in the ring. Adam Cole catches him with a super kick as Aleister's coming in. Then Adam Cole's looking to get the steel chair to bash in, I guess, Aleister Black's brains in, and then fade to black. Night night, Adam Cole, baby. Nighty night. He went night night. Oh, Aleister Black won, and now we are on to the match of the night, and definitely, so far, WWE's match of the year. It is right there with Jericho and Omega. And that is Andrade Cien Almas defending his title against Johnny Gargano. This match. It was pretty much a half-hour match, and it was worth all half-hour minutes. If that made any sense, I don't know. It was worth all of it. We had beautiful storytelling in this match. You had great wrestling. Johnny Gargano coming in, of course, as the underdog because he hadn't had the greatest luck since, Ciampa turned on him last year. And even against Almas, where he beat him at Takeover Brooklyn, and I believe they had another match after that. We saw move after move. We saw great wrestling. We saw counter wrestling. We saw them hitting off their signature moves. We saw Selena Vega getting involved. And then they got to the point where Candice LeRae, who was in the crowd, couldn't take it anymore, came out and attacked Zelina and chased her around the ring. So one of the biggest pops of the night. Next up, we had Andrade Cien Almas hit his double knees to Johnny Gargano, who was stuck who was outside leaning on the ring post. My God, Johnny's face the whole time was. Well, that told a lot there. That just. NXT's best match of last year was Bate versus Dunn, and I believe Meltzer gave it like a 4.75. If this does not get a 5 from Meltzer, I don't know what ever will from WWE. That's how I see it. This match had everything. Great storytelling. Andrade did win after hitting the double knees on the outside and then hit his DDT type move. Johnny Gargano. And then after the match, Gargano, the crowd is chanting Johnny when Candice came back out. And then Tommaso Ciampa fucking takes a crutch to the back to, as everyone says, when the end credits thing pop up for WWE, they are Johnny Gargano's worst nightmare for the second year in a row. Someone did make a meme with that. The end credits WWE how pops up on this side of the screen when the show's about to end or a different hour change, and Tommaso Ciampa attacked him twice. They said that's Johnny Gargano's worst nightmare. Oh god, it's messed up, but true. He took a crutch straight to the back of Johnny Wrestling, pretty much setting up a match at Takeover. I think it's going to be called New Orleans for the one for WrestleMania weekend. So that should be fun. And on a side note for NXT Takeover, we do have three debuts from the crowd. Like, you know, they always do. First off was War Machine, Raymond Rowe and Hanson. Then we had Ricochet, or Trevor Mann, more known as Ricochet, as they say. And then also EC3 was there. Probably the bigger pop of the night to see EC3. And it seems as if out of all of them, he'd be the one to keep his name. I have a feeling they're going to change Hanson and Rowe's individual names, but I have a feeling they would keep War Machine, and Ricochet's probably going to end up going by his real name. But I have a feeling EC3 they would keep, since he does own his name. So I have a feeling they would keep that. And obviously Candice didn't get this because Candice LeRae's been a part of NXT before and the Mae Young Classic. So, yep, that was NXT TakeOver. It was another very good show. The main event, the last two matches were phenomenal, especially the main event. Love the debut things. So we have to keep an eye on the tapings to see what's going to happen. Well, I doubt War Machine and Ricochet will debut just yet. They probably take a little bit longer, but I do have a feeling EC3 will be the first one to debut quicker, because since he's been there, he's done all that already. He knows what he has to do. So, yep. Now it's time to go into the Royal Rumble 2018. Now this show here, I'm going to give it to it. This is probably the best all-around Royal Rumble. Like 2016, I understand the Royal Rumble match itself. No one liked the, people went back and forth with the outcome. But this one was probably one of the better all-around pay-per-views, all-around Royal Rumbles we've had. And definitely the Royal Rumble match is definitely the best one they've done probably since 2010. So let's get into it. First off, we're going to start off with the 3 pre-show matches. And that is, first off, we have is, of course, the multi-man Cruiserweight Tag Team match. And it is the Hispanics, I'm going to call them that. Kalisto, Lince Dorado, and Gran Metalik versus TJP, Drew Gulak, and who's the other one? Jack Gallagher. Because Jack Gallagher doesn't have Brian Kendrick at the time, he broke his face. And of course Enzo got fired. So Cruiserweight title's up in the win. We have to see what they're going to do with that. Because they're naming a new general manager for 205 Live tomorrow. And of course the face team won. Nothing surprising, nothing really happened. They wrestled in front of like 20 people. Next up we have is the Revival versus Balor Club. This match was not good. It was just, this is very reminiscent of what they did with the Ascension 3 years ago, where the Ascension got jobbed out, but then won at the Rumble, and nope, nothing went from there. The Revival did beat Gallows and Anderson, attacking Carl Anderson's leg. So, it was just bad. They're going to definitely continue the feud. Probably tonight have a rematch, and who knows. Next up, and then finally, the final match of the pre-show is Bobby Roode having a glorious United States Open challenge. And then his opponent came out to be Mojo Rawley. The match was solid. It's just that no one cared. You could tell the crowd really didn't care. I thought it was okay. Mojo Rawley has impressed me a bit since his heel turn, that he's shown that he can work in the ring. He's not great, but he's better than people give him credit. And his heel work on Twitter especially has been phenomenal. But, yeah, Bobby Roode got the win on kind of a botched, glorious DDT. Because even Tom Phillips did say, did he get all of it? And he won, so, botch. So, yep, so now we're going to go into the main show, and that is, starts off the curtain jerker, the WWE title, AJ Styles defending against Sammy Owens. Yeah, I'm going to say it, Sammy Owens. Defending against those two. The match was fun, so had a nice moment. Like at the beginning, it was pretty much funny how Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just kept tagging in and out, and then there's just one point during the match where Kevin Owens tried to get to Sammy, but AJ wouldn't let him, so he ran outside the ring, slid into the corner, and tagged in. I just thought that was funny. Those two worked so great together. The match really didn't do that much. I did like a couple of spots where Kevin Owens did like a slingshot into Sami Zayn and AJ turned it into a Hurricane Rana. AJ Styles did retain because it seems as if they're working off an injury that they had started last week on SmackDown on Kevin Owens. That's pretty much what cost the match. But yeah, AJ Styles retained. Really nothing of note happened in this match. Next up we have is the 2 out of 3 falls match between the Usos defending against Gable and Benjamin. I almost said Jordan again. This was a better match than I think people are going to realize because the first fall was really difficult to get. I mean, we had near falls in the 2 out of 3 falls match on the first fall. We had great wrestling from Benjamin and Gable on one of the Usos' legs. We had super kicks. We had splashes. We had Benjamin showing off his athleticism at 40-something years old. And then, but then the Usos did a double super kick to Gable to get the first fall. And then the second fall, Benjamin and Gable did take out the Usos, but they were busy, gloating. Gloating, and then that cost the match when I believe it was Benjamin got pinned. Yeah, Benjamin got pinned. So, Usos retained. Oh, and on another note from the WWE title, I did forget, AJ Styles did pin the wrong guy in the match. He pinned Kevin Owens. He didn't pin Sami Zayn. Zayn was legal. Handicap match, tag in and out. That I did forget about that. And then Owens and Zayn did go complain to Shane, and Shane just said, yep. But, okay, back off to that. So, yeah, the Usos did retain in kind of a weird finish. It's just like they shot that finish out of nowhere. Then next up we have is the male Royal Rumble. Now, as I said, this Royal Rumble was greatly done. And it starts off with two interesting, but the first two, Rusev Day and Finn Balor. Rusev is phenomenal chance. He's over as all hell. And then Finn Balor was over as all hell. Finn Balor was the Iron Man in this match. He lasted 57 minutes in this match. He lasted 57 minutes. So, this Rumble did go over an hour. But Finn himself, he made it to the Final Four, spoiler, and he did last 57 minutes. He even went on his Twitter and put like 57 minutes and like 30-something seconds just to be Finn Balor. So, they made him the Iron Man in this match and pretty much showed that he's still seen in a certain light in WWE, regardless of what Vince said. So, we start off with Rusev Day and Finn Balor. Rusev is over as all hell. Rusev Day, the whole crowd just kept chanting Rusev Day. You can kind of say it's kind of the new funny chant, the new chant people just want to chant. Next up, so then we go to the entrance. We had Rhino come out, the only ECW combatant. Then we have Baron Corbin come out. Corbin eliminates Rhino, and then Corbin gets tossed out immediately. And while he's tossed out, he attacks Balor and Rusev. And then after Corbin was doing all that, Slater comes out. He gets the Hell clotheslined out of him. And I call this, the moment they did this, they did all that for Elias. Out comes Elias. I hear, out comes Elias. So he does his little stick, singing the song, saying the timer is not going to go off. And then people just kept hitting Slater while he was on the ramp. So after Elias comes out comes, surprise, the NXT champion, Andrade Cien Almas. The crowd was really shocked because all you heard was, wah! So Andrade, he did last a good minute. I think he lasted about a half hour in the Rumble because he did go a long ways. I think he went to at least he went up to Randy Orton's number, and Randy Orton entered about 24. So, because he was eliminated by Orton. Spoiler. So next up, then we have Bray Wyatt come out, then Big E, then Ty Dillinger enters again at number 10, and Corey Graves even said, again? But then he was jumped by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and then Sami goes out. He didn't last that long in the Rumble. So Dillinger's going to be someone who was never eliminated from a Rumble, like Curtis Axel. Then we had Sheamus come out. After Sheamus come out, he puts Slater in the ring, but then Slater eliminates Sheamus to one of the biggest surprises. And then I don't remember who eliminated Slater, but someone did eliminate Slater. I think it may have been Wyatt. Yeah, I think it was Wyatt. Next up, then we have Xavier Woods come out, Apollo Crews, then Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, Kofi, Jinder Mahal, Seth Rollins. Then Woken Matt Hardy, they eliminated Rusev Day. They were working together for a minute, and then they eliminated themselves just to show that they're doing something with those two. I think they should let that go on a bit longer, but eh. Then we had John Cena come out to John Cena Sucks, and he got jumped. He did eliminate Elias, and then he did eliminate his next opponent. Another surprise, stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. The Hurricane. Don't ask why. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. just random. It was random as all hell. I laughed at it, and then I don't know why they brought that man out. And then there was a note that Kofi did have his surprise save of the night when he is saved by Xavier Woods. He and Big E were eliminated, so Xavier Woods did grab Kofi's foot to keep him from getting eliminated. Then they put it on pancakes. On the pancakes. Then they slingshotted him in the ring. Kofi did eliminate Jinder Mahal, so it was just a bunch of back and forth. It's just a bunch of fuckery. Then we had Aiden English come out to more Rusev Day chants. He didn't last that long. Then another surprise. Adam Cole, baby! Ribs taped everything, comes out. Great pop. Then comes out Randy Orton. He comes in, does his stick. He eliminates Almas and stuff like that. And he did RKO out of nowhere. Almas who did... Orton was on this side of the ring. Almas did jump literally over here to get put to sleep. Then we have Titus O'Neil come out. Then The Miz. And then the last surprise at number 27, Rey Mysterio. He was back and he looked in phenomenal shape and he was very good. He eliminated Adam Cole, did the 619 a few times. As of right now, it doesn't seem as if he's back full time. Have to wait and see with that. Then now comes Roman Reigns to a standing boo. Then Goldust. And then number 30, Dolph Ziggler. Everyone does their little stick eliminating people. Ziggler, I believe, eliminated Orton, I think. And then he was eliminated by Cena. And then as we go down to the final 6, and it's a very interesting final 6. It was kind of Generation New Era's meet. Oh, Roman Reigns, he did kind of snake Seth Rollins. Trying to say it was like every man for himself, and Seth was like, alright, I betrayed you with a steel chair and you throw me out of Rumble. Alright, I see you. So, I'm stupid. So then we go to the final 6, which is very interesting. You had Finn Balor, Nakamura, and Roman Reigns, the stars of this generation, versus the stars of the Ruthless Aggression, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and John Cena. That I really liked. I'm like, hey, the generations meet. And they start going at it and all that. Rey Mysterio is eliminated. Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton are eliminated during that time. So the final 4 were Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, and John Cena. Cena does eliminate Finn to a bullshit chant because everyone was thinking, don't tell me Cena or Reigns is winning. But then Nakamura hits the Kinshasa to eliminate Cena down to the final 2, Roman and Nakamura. Now this one has some great moments in. I like those two go at it. Roman Reigns with his like bullet spear where he looks like he's headbutting the hell out of you on Nakamura. Had everyone thinking it was done. But then a little go around, Nakamura hit a Kinshasa that made Roman Reigns bounce. That gave me a whiplash. I was like, oh! Because it was like a slingshot Kinshasa, and then he eliminates Roman Reigns. Shinsuke Nakamura's going to WrestleMania. He won the Rumble, and during the match, he was asked who will he face, and he said, AJ Styles! The crowd lost it. It is happening. Hopefully nothing happens at Fastlane, but it looks like it's going to happen in WWE. AJ Nakamura. This could be the chance for Nakamura to really be seen in a different light in WWE. So, that is the men's Rumble, and I think the men's Royal Rumble, and the crowd loved it, and I think the men's Rumble did kind of kill the crowd, because afterwards we did have Shamzaro, The Bar, versus Jordan and Rollins. Jason Jordan got injured during the match. They tried to work him when he got thrown into the damn ring post. It's like, I ain't my head. Like, really, bro? So The Bar did work on Seth Rollins the whole match. It was pretty much a handicap match. So then Jordan does come in, tags help, but then he's like, he tags back out and said he can't do it. Seth Rollins, of course, then he gets jumped again. The Bar wins. New Raw Tag Champs for the 4th time. So, which was obvious. They're going to do something there, and that's going to lead to a match at Mania. So now we go on to the Universal title match. This match was better than I think people are going to give it credit for because of the outcome. We had a lot of destruction. We had tables, chairs, and all that. We had a shoot during the match where Braun Strowman, I think he didn't mean to do this because he accidentally kneed Lesnar straight in the face, and Lesnar got pissed off where he Strowman in the face, and Strowman almost went. I think that was just Lesnar saying, do it again. I think Lesnar was saying, try that shit again on me, and I'm going to knock the hell out of you. I was like, whoa. Cause I didn't see it at first. I had turned my head. I was watching TV. I just turned my head for a second, and then I see it online. I was like, oh my God. He legit, Strowman in the face. I don't think Strowman meant it because Strowman kept going on as if this was a part of the match. Like he said, "Oh shit, my bad," and then Lesnar said, my bad, huh?" So yeah, Brock Lesnar retained F5 on Kane through the table. Strowman did put Lesnar through a table, which is fun. Then Lesnar got, I think that was Strowman saying, "Oh, you want to punch the hell out of me? Go through this table." And then Strowman after the match was screaming at Lesnar saying, "You didn't pin me." Screaming at Lesnar as Lesnar walked away. It's probably definitely going to set up an Elimination Chamber match or those two one-on-one at the Chamber. And then they had the Chamber match itself where the winner faces the champion, I guess. So now we go on to the main event, and that is the Women's Royal Rumble. Stephanie was guest commentator. I did not like... First of all, I'm going to give a comment on the commentary throughout both shows. Mauro Ranallo at NXT TakeOver, godlike. Tom Phillips and Michael Cole, pretty much Cole had the majority of the match. Michael Cole, he was very good last night. He was not an annoyance. He didn't give me a migraine with some of his stupid calls or something like that. He was actually genuine. Felt like he was like, yo, like he gave a damn. Okay, so let's start off with the Women's Royal Rumble. Guest ring announcer Maria Menounos. Should have been Lillian Garcia. Numbers 1 and 2 is Sasha and Becky, which I think are kind of the smarter play for the 1 and 2. They did a good thing. Then comes out Sarah Logan from the Riot Squad. Then Mandy Rose comes out from Absolution. And then the first surprise is WWE Hall of Famer, one of the greatest women of all time, Lita. She comes out to a stand-in pop. Lita did eliminate Mandy Rose. Lita did do her Lita Salt, I believe it was on Sasha and Becky during the match to get a "You Still Got It" chant. And out comes Kairi Sane, another surprise, the winner of the Mae Young Classic. She did her little shtick before being eliminated. Then we had Tamina come out to a stand-in. Out comes Dana Brooke. She eliminated, I believe, Kairi Sane, which made me sick. I was like, Dana Brooke? Then comes another surprise, Tori Wilson, which kind of wasn't a surprise for me, because pretty much you can expect the women who are on Raw 25 to be involved in the match. Even Maria on her social media was kind of making hints that she would have been involved if she wasn't pregnant. Then out comes Sonya Deville. Then Liv Morgan of the Riot Squad. Then out, the big surprise there, Molly Holly. That caught everybody by surprise. She did the Molly go round. I was like, they can still go. Then out comes Lana to a Rusev Day chant. I just don't get it. Then out comes Michelle McCool, another not surprise. She did her little thing. She eliminated a good number of people. She lasted a bit. Then out comes Ruby Riott, who did eliminate Becky Lynch to pissing a lot of people off. I don't think they like that. Then comes Vicky Guerrero. When all I heard was, "Excuse me," that hit me right here. It hit me right in my chest. I was like... Then out comes Carmella, Natalya, then Kelly, not a surprise. Naomi, she had her little Kofi Kingston moment being survived. Jacqueline showed up. Nia Jax came in and murdered everybody. Then out comes Ember Moon, still injured. Then Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon, to go have a little thing with Nia. Then Asuka comes out. Mickie James. Both Bellas back to back. Then Bayley. And then number 30 was Trish. She comes out, she does her thing. They have a little standoff between her and Mickie James to reminisce of 12 years ago. I wish Lita would have been a bit later so her and Trish could have a standoff. Then her and Mickie, it would have been better, but you know, can't get what you want. And then Asuka wins by eliminating Nikki Bella. So Asuka did win the Rumble, and it looks like she was stuck to choose between. And then out comes the big surprise, Ronda Rousey's in WWE. She doesn't say anything, doesn't do much, but does this at the WrestleMania sign. Like, that's what I want. And it does seem as if she will have a WrestleMania match against Stephanie and Triple H. She just needs a partner. It seems as if she wants Rocky, The Rock. So, have to see what happens. So, yep. That is it for my review of both NXT TakeOver and the Royal Rumble. This is a longer video because I did both in one. But, yep. So, yep. NXT TakeOver, great. Royal Rumble, very good. Love them both. Great weekend of wrestling. So, yep. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys again. Bye.